And our first speaker today is an Emmy Award-winning TV host and producer. He hosts a TV show called Success in Your City. He's an entrepreneur, inventor, media expert. Please give it up for Brandon T. Adams.
How's everybody doing today? Let's give it a round of applause for Greg and the team for Secret Knock. I've spoken at over 250 events, and I gotta say, this is one of the best events I've been at. It is amazing to be here. So many great people, so many people connecting, building relationships. And today, when I speak here today, I'm gonna really challenge you to think differently about success. This question that I asked myself 4 years ago led me to traveling the country with my beautiful fiance, now wife, selling everything I owned, my house, 99% of my things, 2 companies, going on and creating a TV show that won Emmy Awards. I learned a lot in the process. And the question is, what is success? What is success? What is your own version of success? I've learned from homeless to billionaires to actors to celebrities to some of the most interesting people in the world. And the first step is figuring out what your own version of success is. So we're gonna do something quick. Stand up, please. Everybody stand up. There are a lot of people in here. I want you to close your eyes. I'm watching all of you. Close your eyes. I want you to think about what success means to you. What is your own version of success? Not what social media, not what everybody else. What is success to you? What is success to you in your business? What is success to you in your relationships? With your family? What is success to you in material things? Maybe you want the car, you want the house, you want the trip, you want the relationships. What do you want? The sooner you figure out what success is to you, the sooner you'll achieve it. Open your eyes. Let's give a round of applause for your version of success. You can take a seat now. Thank you. So in my short time today, I'm going to share some stories, I'm going to share some wisdom with you and make you look differently about your own version of success. Over the next couple days, I want you to keep thinking about that. You know, it changes. I'm 32 years old. When I was 22, success was different. When I was 16, it was taking the girl on a date. As I got older, it was different things. But as I seasoned as an entrepreneur and a human being, it changed. But at 32, when you get 40, it's different. 50, 60, 70. It's always changing, so you always have to ask yourself, what does success mean to you? So I'm going to share this formula with you that I've learned from interviewing different people, even that's worked for me, and it's called How to Train for Success. How to train for success. Feel free to write this down. It's T, take action, R, relationships, A, add value, I, investing, and N, never giving up. T, take action. When you go home in a couple days, don't be all motivated, go home, sit down and do nothing with it. Your ideas give you what you want, but action determines what you get. You have to do something with it. You gotta get up off your ass. You can't just think about it all day. So many people, what holds them back is they want it to be perfect. They don't actually execute on it. So I have a little task for you. So I'm one of the producers of a movie called Think and Grow Rich: The Legacy, which Greg was involved with. We created a movie that's been 3 languages. It's been seen by millions of people. So here is a card for a free copy of it. But also, the person that gets this card is going to get a 30-minute session with me for free worth thousands of dollars. And I'll share with you everything I know. So I want to hear, raise your hand. Who wants this? Who wants it? Who wants it? Who wants it? Who wants it? Give him a round of applause. Yeah. You see what he did? You have to get up off your ass and grab it. I ain't gonna give it to you. Success ain't gonna fall in your lap. You have to take action. You have to take action. Man, good job, buddy. I've been at events before, people are running over chairs. I once had a pregnant woman run. I'm like, slow down, I'll give you one. Because she was tripping. I'm like, whoa. But you have to take action. I'm a kid from a small town, Garnerville, Iowa, 700 people, and nobody's heard of it. I grew up with a speech impediment. I couldn't speak for a living. You wouldn't see it today. And the order for me to get out of that, to get into opportunity, is I had to move out of the town, I had to practice speaking, I had to communicate and master my skills. And I took action. So you got to take action. The next one's relationships. You are who you surround yourself with. You're in this room right now. Let's give a round of applause for that. You got to be in the room with the right people. I know it's cliche, but you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. And those people you spend the most time with, how are you adding value to them? You know, I started doing events back in 2015, and I created events because I wanted to bring people together. My first major event I did in Iowa. By the way, who's heard of Iowa? It's not Idaho, it's not Ohio. In Iowa, what I did is I created this event called Young Entrepreneur Convention. I brought in speakers. We had over 500 people there. 2 of the main speakers I had are people I wanted to go into business with. One, Jeff Hoffman, who's heard of him? I'm sure you have. He's been here before, Priceline.com. Another one, Kevin Harrington, original shark of Shark Tank. Those 2 people came in. And by the way, I created an experience for them, obviously hired them. We had them picked up from the airport. We had custom cookies for them. We added value to them. The more I added value to them, the more we found ways to work together. Fast forward 5 years after that event, we ended up winning Emmy Awards together because I got in the circle with the right people. Make sure you're in business with the right people. Make sure you're surrounding yourself with the right people. The next one is adding value. What is your specialized knowledge? What is the value you provide to the world? How can you add that value to the right people? What I did early on is I added value to influential people because I knew if I added value to influential people, I would get to the top quicker. Who's ever heard of the podcast Entrepreneurs on Fire? Yes? A guy named John Lee Dumas. He actually lived here at the time in San Diego. I helped him launch a book campaign called The Freedom Journal. My background was in crowdfunding. I helped him raise money for his book. By the way, I didn't charge him because I knew if he gave me a testimonial, that testimonial would help me launch my career. I was right. 6 months of free work, so-called free. Added value. We launched the campaign actually here in San Diego. Within an hour, 33 hours, or it was actually 12 hours, we raised $100,000. Within 33 days, we raised $453,000. We made it the 5th largest campaign in history for a book, and all of a sudden I had my overnight success. But what I do, I added value to that person. That launched my career. That attracted clientele. Everybody wanted to work with me. I charged my price. By the way, I went on his podcast show, and 2 listeners turned into $50,000 in revenue. So did I do it for nothing? No, I added value first. So think about in the room here, how can you add value to the right people with your area of expertise? Okay, 2 more here. Investing. Investing in yourself. Investing in, if there's a mastermind here, investing in Greg. Investing in opportunity. Investing in your brain. The best investment you can ever make is in your brain, in your knowledge, in your relationships. You got to always be investing. One of the biggest investments I made in my career was video content. I saw the power of what video does right here, which I love this camera, by the way. Kudos to you, man. Let's give him a round of applause. I invested in video content to be able to build a personal brand, but also to tell a story effectively. Storytelling is the most powerful thing we have. For thousands of years, we've been doing it. Around circles here, on stages. You look at the Bible, it's stories. You look at Martin Luther King, he shared he had a dream. Everybody else in the audience had a dream. He shared stories. Steve Jobs, he shared stories with his products. He launched products. I'm sharing stories. And I believe the best way to tell a story is through a powerful video. You can see it, you can feel it. If it's edited right, you can feel the motion behind it. It's proven when somebody can see your eyes, they're more likely to trust you. There's a lot of communication with smiling. By the way, smile. People see you as a nicer person. Hand gestures. When you create the right kind of videos and you tell a story with it, not only can you make more money, you can raise money for causes, you can build like and trust. And so once I learned that through video, I invested a lot of money in video. I went all in, and it paid off tenfold. So if you can learn one thing to take away from this after I get to the end here is invest in video and telling your story. Your story matters. Your story could change the world. And the last thing is never giving up. You can't beat somebody that can't quit. You cannot beat somebody that keeps going. It's true, you must never give up. I'll share one story to end here. When we went and traveled the country and created this TV show, my wife and I, everybody thought we had it made. Everything was working out. But little did people know, second episode in, I was going through a financial crisis of the business. I was negative thousands in my bank account. We were dealing with struggles. We're in this shitty hotel room. I was down to my last credit. I remember I had $114 of credit left. Who can relate to that? And it was Valentine's Day. And I love my wife more than anything in the world. And I said, we're going to dinner. I took her to dinner on my last fucking credit. Negative. I didn't even have cash in my bank account. And I felt at peace. I had faith. It was when I really believed in a higher power. 2 days later, I had a deal go through that made me over $1 million. Our greatest successes happen just beyond our darkest times. You must never quit. You must never give up. You must keep going. If you're in this room right now, if you're dealing with a struggle, keep going. Do not quit. Keep going. Can you say yes? Yes. I want you all to go out there, create something great, and become unforgettable because life is too short not to. I'm Brendan T. Adams. Thank you, guys.